boil 6 tomatoes and 4 peppers and 2 cloves garlic. Blend them into a blender with a little bit of salt to give it a nice flavor. And add the water. Alright, to make tortillas, you would add 3 cups of masa, and then you would add about a cup of flour, just to give it a nice texture when you're mashing it all together. Now you would add 3 cups of water. And make sure that you all add at once, because if you add it in seconds, sometimes it's really weird. So now mush it. You have to use your hands. Don't be afraid to use those hands, because those are the best utensils you have. This is what it should look like at the end. Alright, to make them, you make them into a little ball, a small one, and then you, not too small, and then you put it in between these 2 plastics. I'm just using a Walmart bag. Now flatten the top out with a little push, and then press it down, but not too much, because if you push it down too much, then it'll get a really flat tortilla, and you don't want this, because then it will be all weird. Okay. So you take off the plastic, you take it off the other plastic, and then put it on the tortilla maker. Make sure it's really, really hot, because if not, it's going to stick with the tortilla, but not too hot to make it burn. You know what I mean. So, on this, I put it at the highest you can go, because it's not too high. It's like 400 degrees. And then you throw 30 seconds in one, and then 30 seconds on the other, and then you throw it into the thing I just showed you. Okay. Okay. For non-Mexican families, having a tortilla maker might be difficult, because they don't sell them a lot in general stores. These I actually had to get them from California from my auntie. So, if you don't have any, just have one, then just go buy some normal tortillas you would buy in the store. Just make sure that it has a good firm texture, because it will get all crumbly when you make the chilaquiles. The ball shape for the tortilla ball, it should be about this size. Not too big and not too small. And this is how it should look like. These are my last few tortillas I'm making, and as you can see that the little brown spots on it, that's how it should be. Keep it 30 seconds on one side, and if not, just a little bit more, and then flip it. So, that's how it should look. Oh, and it makes an amount. I don't know how many I made exactly. This is what you should onion chop. You chop up quarter of an onion. Then you would throw it into your a skillet with some oil. It has to be hot. Toss it in, saute it, then throw in your salsa. Okay, now with your tortillas, you would cut them up into little triangle shapes like this. I did it cut in half and then cut in 4 pieces. And then you would throw them into your salsa. But don't throw them all at once, because then we'll get all mushy. So I'm going to throw in another handful. And it should look like this. Hold on. Then it should look like this. Then you would just throw some cheese on top, and this is your end result. It looks great.